Hey, welcome YouTube. This is a wood splitter I just finished up about a month or so ago. Has a log lift, has an adjustable wedge on it. Wedge goes up and down, you can adjustable four-way. It has a auto cycle valve and a secondary valve which runs the wedge and the log lift. It is fed by a flow control valve off the auto cycle valve off the Power Beyond port, so I can control how much oil is going to the second valve and therefore not having to use orifices and not bogging the system down. It also has a dump valve on the return side of the cylinder. That way when this thing goes into retract mode, it's dumping the majority of the oil back to the tank and not going through the valve. It keeps from heating up the system. So it has a 22 horsepower Predator, 28 gallon per minute pump. It's a log lift. It's about 27-28 inches wide. It's also kind of stepped out on a shelf when I was building this thing. I was trying to balance it out so first of all I could pull it with a four-wheeler, but I was actually wanting to pull it from the other end and wasn't quite able to achieve that. If I could add some more weight to this end, I probably could, but for right now I'm pulling it off that end. It has a receiver on both ends, therefore I can hook to it and pull it from the other end if I need to. It's just going to be lifting the tongue somewhat. Also, we got provisions there. I was putting me a little receiver or a little outrigger. I haven't had to use it yet. I picked up some pretty good size wood. It ain't needed it, but I will eventually put that in there. And it's just my version of several I've seen on YouTube. There's several good ones out there, and I've borrowed bits and pieces from this one and that one. And so we've got an air tank here. It's a 5-gallon air tank. I've converted it into a fuel tank. The hydraulic tank's off the McNeilus mixer truck. This thing was actually set up with a filter coming straight off of it going to the pump, which you had a piston pump set up. I reconfigured that somewhat. It's actually got a spin-on suction screen type filter down there. It doesn't really do it, just keep big chunks out of it. And that filter right there is the actual what's filtering the oil as it goes back in the tank, which the tank's got a divider in the middle. This half goes to the suction, this half is where the return comes in at. As I said, I got a flow control valve right here. I can adjust it up and down and make it go as fast as I want to or as slow as I want to, up to 10 gallons a minute, which is sitting on probably about 3 gallons a minute right now, and works real well. You can turn it up where it's plumb crazy, but it doesn't bog the engine when it's running either. So I'll crank it up and run through its paces. You may not be able to hear me. I'm going to try to cut my hand over the speaker in this thing so I can talk to you. So this engine generally cranks pretty good. Hopefully you can hear me here. Run the wedge up down there. It's wide open there. Split a piece up to 24 inches square. Quarter it to 4 inches pieces. There's the lift up here. That way you get a pretty fast one. It is all the way up to hold level beyond. And tie it off and let it down when it goes up beyond something that got the push motor. So I'll never only piece of wood in here. That's good space. I didn't have it quite wide open. It's still cycle time ain't as fast as I was wanting it to be, but when I put this thing together, I noticed my cylinders, even though they had big lines going to it, it's got small holes going in there. I think the machine it was on, they had it restricted down to slow the movement on it, so I may have to go into the cylinder and do a little work on it to pick up the pace on that, but it actually works pretty faster than I can most of the time. Out feed table, I made it rather large, so when you split stuff like this, you can throw another piece right back in behind it and go ahead and finish breaking it if you need to, if it don't split all the way. Plus it catches most everything, so you ain't dropping stuff on the ground having to pick it up. So this is my version of it. Still got a few odds and ends to do on it. But other than that, it's doing good. I've done split about 3 cords of wool with this thing so far. And like I say, I've got a few odds and ends I want to finish on it. But that's about the gist of it. I hope you've liked what you see.